Hello, y'all. What's up? I'm back. There I am. Oh, let me rearrange for you. So, I went on vacation for a week. It was nice to get away from the computer, but now I'm back. Ready to the code again. Back with some more Directus. What have you been up to? What have you been doing with your life? Did you finish those New Year's resolutions you made 3 months ago? I sure hope so. Today we're going to look at Directus schema-builder-kit. I found this through the Directus community, awesome Directus. Well, I thought I found it through here. If you come back here, there's some contents and there's some links to different integrations and extensions that people have already built until like a marketplace comes about. A marketplace is planned, but I don't think there's any kind of deadline or roadmap or whatever for it. So this is kind of what we got right now. Things that are built in the community can be posted in here and you can link out to your own code. I've been working on mine. I would like to submit it here, but I'm kind of trying to wait to form what, it's really going to end up being before I do that. Because right now I'm going to be changing it a lot. I don't want people to start using it yet, and then they're going to get pissed because they can't upgrade. So we're going to hold off on that. But one of the things that I want to do in my extension is to automatically build. Have you seen my extension? Have I shown you my extension? Is to automatically build, oh shoot, wrong one. Oh, I submitted a PR for them. I'll show you that in a second. So I built this EXIF extractor extension. It's just a hook right now. And the way you install it is okay. You're gonna have to do that no matter what. But to create all these fields, you're gonna have to do it manually right now. And so I'm trying to be able to generate them on the schema for you on your data model. And that's what we're gonna use this tool for, this schema builder kit. But it was kind of hidden that, because it's not in that list, but if you go to Directus community, there is other projects in here, and I happened to come across schema. I looked at all of them basically, and I came across schema builder kit, and I was like, oh, this is exactly what I need. So this is what we're going to be looking at today. Mountain Trash Panda, hello, welcome. Didn't get a notification from Twitch. They usually come in pretty slow or not at all. They're pretty flaky. And Pacu Filet. I'm not sure where that breaks down. Hello, welcome. How is the extension different from a schema snapshot? So there is a couple different things in Directus that easily get confused. I think people think about migrations and snapshots, or is there a different one? Where's the snapshots? But one is for the data, one is for the structure. That's not right. Yeah. Maybe that one? Pacu filet. Oxygen not included reference. Interesting. Snapshots do structure schema. but they don't do roles or permissions. You need to query those. Yeah, so this you would need to have, well, we're gonna play with it, but I think it should use admin privileges because, well, depending who you log in, you have to log in with the user, an email and a password. So I might have to type that in manually. We might have to build I'm trying to figure out how we can use this. Can we use it in the command line? Can we use it in, do we have to build an admin interface for it still? Do we build a remote app? Can we use it in Node? I'm not totally sure how it works. But once it does work, it is what we need. Because we can define our models. I'm thinking about building a CLI tool for it. I've never built a CLI tool though. So first I just want to kind of see if I can get it working. Okay, get it connecting, which I think I can. Did I cover all the things that we were talking about? The database snapshots. What was the other one? Is the other one migrations? So migrations you can do things to the database directly. For example, if you want to add a table or add fields to a table or seed your database with certain data, you can use migrations to do that. Snapshots will actually save the data, won't they? A snapshot.yaml. Oh, yeah, that is the schema. You're right. Okay, so. And then it will run required migrations to make it match the snapshot. So if you change, so snapshots will do your schema. And if you want to do the data, I saw someone asking, how can I do the data? Export and import the data. Jeez, your snapshot file is 12K lines. That's pretty crazy. You got a big data model set up, a whole bunch of tables and stuff, or a collection. What are we calling them now? Data models and or collections and items. Is that how they call them? So we're gonna try to install this. It's a lot of collections / models. Yeah, mine's not that big. That's what she said. Just kidding. So I submitted a question on here earlier today, an issue to say, where can I use this? But I'm basically gonna find out the answer myself. Can we run it in the CLI? Can we run it in a Node.js backend? Can we run it in the browser only, etc.? Based on the way you connect to it here, base URL, email, and password, I'm guessing it just uses the Directus SDK under the hood, and then it connects to it, logs you in automatically, and then you can do all the things you want to it. So what it is here we build a model. They call this the model. It lets you just kind of run the migration, I guess. This is kind of like a migration. And then you say model fetch. It's gonna connect to the remote connection and then run all the stuff for you, and then you can, await or do something afterwards after you're done. My idea was to make a CLI command that takes in this information, the base URL, email, and password, and then it will try to run it for you. And I want to do 2 different commands. I want to be able to, number 1, create a new collection with, I'm wondering if this is for Directus 9. Yeah, it's only 2 months old. It should be for Directus 9. 2 different ones. I want to make a new collection with all the fields, or allow you to pick a collection or say which collection to add all the fields to, basically. So those are the kind of 2 options that I'm hoping to add to mine. So then I can just add in my extension a little command line script, or when you download it, you can run an npm script and you can say like npm run create EXIF collection, and then give it like the name and stuff. And I could ask you, I could do one of those fancy ones where they prompt you for these questions. I would like to do that actually. I'm not sure if we'll get to that today, but I would like to do that. Or do, just shortcuts like that. So it'll be super easy for someone to create models, or, add my extension to their models basically. Because you have to have these fields in order for it to work, otherwise you're just gonna get failures. The other thought was to go into a whole module, build the module, and then in my module I would show a list of, like, I would query all of the collections, see which ones are somehow identified as being EXIF capable, and then allow you to like add fields dynamically through the UI interface. But that's a lot more work than this. And this is just another way to do it. So I'm gonna start with this, and then if this doesn't work out, we could move to a module later on. But again, I'm trying to avoid module, because once we get to a module, it's just all custom code, and I don't want to rewrite a lot of admin code that they've already written for us if I can prevent it. I'm trying to make the installation as simple as possible, and working on getting up this whole dev flow kind of going in a simple manner, letting hopefully other people will see how to set up these extensions as well. So. Which reminds me, on my YouTube, I've been getting some comments on the videos, the archives, about people watching for the extensions, and starting to request specific kinds of extensions they'd like to see. So we will be exploring extensions, Directus extensions, a lot more here on the stream and in the videos. So keep watching for those, but they will come at different times, because I kind of just pick on what I want to work on like that day. Whatever I'm in the mood for. So this is something I've been wanting to play with. I looked into it earlier today, and so I was like, all right, let's do that tonight. So let's set up our local dev. So thirsty. They say it's pretty easy to do this. They say. Copy. Not task. I'm writing tasks so much. Actually, I just want to go up one, and then I'll do git clone this thing. I guess I didn't think about how I was gonna... Oh no, wait, they have a package for it, right? I don't need to do this. Oh no. Is this deployed? I didn't think it was. Did you hear that? Is there someone behind me? Okay. This is interesting. So we cloned it, changed directory to schema-builder-kit. And then let's run their command that they say, see if it really works. Holy sh! It worked. I think. I don't know why it's telling us to go into the templates directory. Let's see what it looks like. So we failed on the second command. What is templates? I think the second command should be up one level. It should be here. Yes. And then Docker compose up -d. Ooh, Docker, huh? So I'm already thinking this is not going to be able to pull into a CI application or CLI application. This really is kind of a proof of concept of it working. But whatever, let's play with it. Yeah, the traffic. Traffic, and by traffic I mean the hoodlums. Kids outside making noise with their vehicles. Okay, compose up. Does -d close it automatically? Because I didn't really want to do that. Oh, so I can put them in the V file there. This is interesting. Okay. And then, so they have templates because they made a few different, like, oh, look, you can do a blog. Like, here's a default for a blog. It's interesting. And a store. So this is the code that they're running right there. What the hell is... User Macy J. Oh, here it's called Directus Data Model. Is this where we're getting it from? Maybe this package. What's the seed squad? Nice. A spin? I've been noticing people doing UX/UI these days. It used to be UI/UX. Well, that's the person who built this. Alejandro Castaño Gonzalez. Very nice. And they're, okay, so they just named it in their package and then they're pointing to the dist. So we could pull this into our thing decently easily later on. And then they run blog, which runs this, basically creates the blog. It's in they just have Directus running in Docker, which is interesting. Okay. So I should be able to just run the blog. I'm already in the templates. There it is. So supposedly it has created all of these, which is awesome. Let's get our Directus. The problem is I closed that Docker and I don't know the URL to connect to the Docker, but it is running. How do I know what URL it runs on? See, there's our database. They don't really say, huh? Let's look through some config. Is there Docker compose? Directus 8055. There's the password. There it is. This is our Directus. I don't know. This is... So here's our blog that it generated for us. There's no authors, there's no categories, and there's no posts. But it's defined all of the data models for us. Very cool. Very cool. Very wool. So we set up the local dev. We want to play with the capabilities now. I am happy that we have this, though. Let's try to make one. Well, we need to integrate it into our project. That's still part of the setup local dev. But they did run this from Node. So we know that. After playing with the project locally, I can confirm in Node.js, runs. Well, if it runs successfully in Node.js, it can work in the CLI. It could also work in the browser. npm script eg npm run create that's what we did. Oh, node. Oops, doesn't work in GitHub editor. Does not show up right. Or other custom CLI script to run. Or in backend. Should I say like in application? What was my final one? Browser only. Runs in browser. I think that's it. But I might want to add demos later on. I don't know. We'll see. So I'll leave it. Should I close with comment or yeah, let's do that. You might need, I don't know if it works with like MJS modules, but it might. I can see with Transpiler, it might work. Transpiler, what do they call that? Is that not what they call it anymore? Whatever, we'll do that. Okay, we closed it. We opened it and then we closed it. Just like that. I've been filling up my water so much today. But I mean, we can make our own template in here and just try it out, you know? So let's make a new one. What was I looking at? What do I want to call it? Media library or no? EXIF collection. Create EXIF EXIF schema, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes naming's hard. It's nice that they're using E and V in there though. So we'll use a lot of their code as sample. I don't think I need a lot of these. All right, Pakufale. See you, good night. Check out the playback on Twitch tomorrow or YouTube later if you want to see the rest. And play with capabilities is kind of a bad task because I think we're ready to move on to that one, but we also want to, instead of running blog, let's do create EXIF collection. It's going to be node. Hello. I guess the file should be these, huh? Create EXIF collection.js. And I want to do what would I call it? Did you guys hear that sneeze? Background sneeze? Not maybe modify, but I mean attach EXIF collection. This is too verbose. Whatever, it'll work for now, right? Works for now, man. We'll do the create first, and then we'll extract. Actually, yeah, we'll do the create first, and then we'll extract. The only thing about this is it's not going to get arguments. We'll work around it for now. We'll figure that out later. Okay, I'm gonna stop this task. We'll come back and play with it. Task end. Task edit for, not play with capabilities. Let's say, create EXIF collection. And then we'll task add attach EXIF to collection. I think I want to swap 5 and 6. There we go. Oops, I did it wrong. Task swap 5, 6. But if you wanted to add this to your own project, I mean, you could do basically the same thing they're doing here. They have this dist folder. We could copy this to the root of our other folder. And then we could, I mean, let me just kind of, so like I would copy this, and then I have this here. Actually, do I have the extensions one open anymore? No. Let me open that one. Directus dash extension exif attach. So there's already a dist here. I would paste it in the root. There's already a dist. Will it over? Okay, thank God. Thank God. Rename this to schema. What is the project called? Schema-builder-kit? Oh no. It is called schema-builder-kit. Okay, and then in here, if you wanted to include it, we could do schema-builder-kit and say schema-builder-kit. Since it's not currently a npm package, we could do that, and then we can make a script that imports it and does basically what we were doing in here. Whatever we create in here, this instead of that would be schema builder kit. We would get this, and then everything else would work the same. You'd just set your base URL, email, and password. Right now, this is set up to pull it from our environment variables, but you could put them in here. I would suggest putting them in environment variables, though. I want to build a CLI or give them the option to do this. Because if this is a command you're going to use more than once, then it's good to be environment variables, so you don't have to rewrite it every time. If you're just going to use it a one time, then you could prompt them for it. And then it would be imported and ready to go in our code. And we will do that later once we write all this. I'm just going to write it in here because we're already working in a test database. I don't want to junk up my demo database, mess things up. In here, I can just wipe it and then rebuild it. It's no big deal because it's all in a Docker project. But this is interesting. I've had someone asking me about Docker, or not Docker. They're on an M1 and they're having issues running a Directus project. They can't get it to run. I wonder if they can run this Docker version instead. Oh, there's make in here. It is. That's what all the make commands were. Oh, can I run make on any of them? I just did them manually. These are easier for sure. Okay. So now we're really done. I'm gonna take a break for 1 second and feed the cat. And when I come back, we're gonna create the exif collection. Deal? Deal. Okay. BRB. Filling them jams or what? Clear. Okay. Oop. Task start. Okay. I wonder what these are. Oh, interesting. Status interface choices. I don't know if we'll need some of these later on. But we'll see, huh? Will we see? Can you hear that tunes at all? What are the fields that we need to build? These ones. Okay. Date taken is a date time. The only thing I'm not sure about all the fields, of course. Let me just copy all this over so we don't have to go back and forth too. All right. Okay. Builder collection accountability all. So we're gonna have to generate a new name each time. To be cheesy, I'm gonna say media dash. Can we use dashes or is it underscores? Media dash date dot now. So it would be something like media dash. You hear the cat? You hear the cat there? You hear the cat? Oh, my lips are so dry. I meant to get chapstick before I came back. Shoot. Let's look at our other instance. And let's see what they're named. Actually, that's in data model authors. What if I create one in here? So if I created a new one and it had multiple, it was like cats and dogs, not dongs. They want underscores, okay. We will use an underscore then. So this will be our collection name. We're gonna dynamically generate each time. Ideally, we would like it to come from the command line argument. But we're gonna solve that problem later. We'll call this media collection. They didn't use collection in theirs. I kind of like to use the name collection. Yeah, it's shorter. Sorry, I'm having a hard time deciding on names today. Okay, so I'll take that. This will be our collection name. Accountability all, meaning that anyone can access this. I think that is fine for now. Okay, so primary key, interesting that we have to set that up. Get out of here. I guess we have to set up all these. Created at, created by. Do they have all those fields on there? Created, date created, user created. Oh, those don't match up. Interesting. Okay, date underscore created, user underscore created, user underscore updated. Command D, paste. Created, yeah, date created. Oh, so they just called them different names. That's weird. See how it says date created, user created? Why would they name them differently? They wanted to name the columns different names. I'm gonna keep them consistent with Directus, because if they choose to change these names later on and they migrate them, you know, nothing will break. I wonder if you use names like that, different than what they have here, if you can still sort and stuff on those. Interesting. I don't know. So this should get us a base collection built when we run the command. We should have a media. Let's comment everything else out and see if it does. Shall we? So now when we run, did I break that? That's not right there. This should be, what do they call it? Data model something? Directus data model? Oh, that's not the right one. This one. Yeah, Directus data model. I don't know why they needed something different, but okay. Okay, so let's save it all. I like to just go away from my editor, let it auto-save to make sure I saved all of them. I don't know the command to save all of them, okay? So what? And then I want to run this command here. Here, I would run blog, but I'm going to do npm run create exif collection. And it's done. Refresh. There's our media. There's our fields. There's really no fields. They're all hidden. So if I go to create, oh no, wait. If I go to here and I try to insert a new item, there's nothing to insert. But we're creating our new model like that. Sweet. Let's delete this one because we don't need that anymore. But now we need to add our own fields. These fields. Oops. What the hell did I do? I just clicked down there, huh? It's gonna be so nice for this weekend. I'm gonna go skate. Y'all wanna go skate? Hit me up. Okay, so I don't know the different types. Let's see, does it have TypeScript support? I don't think so. Media dot. Doesn't look like it. Do they have any documentation elsewhere? Integer, string, display, decimal. I would like to help and write some docs for this. You know? I'll do it for myself for now, and then hopefully we can submit it back to them later. API docs. Which one are we looking at right now? We're looking at a builder collection. So the builder is just like a thing that chains on commands. So they chain this, they call it It sets it on the builder, they call this, it sets it on the builder, and then it returns the builder after each time. So anything on builder, we can run. Where's builder? It's up here. Can we look in source? That'll be better. Yeah, so here's all the methods we have. Let's shorten it. Are these are not the right methods. Collection.accountability. Oh, so that returns a collection. Okay, so these are all the ones that we have. Yes. Accountability returns. Okay, so we're dealing with the collection. Which is builder.collection. These are all the things we can set on here. Geometry point. Cool, cool, cool. I must say, this thing is nicely written. It's just very object-oriented, simple to get into. Nice work, Alejandro. Nice work, Alejandro. If you are the real author. Okay, so the one that we want is like a date. Is this a specific? Kitty? Hello, the kitty's coming. The kitty is here. The kitty has arrived. Mom. Oops. Sit down, kitty. They did date time. I think that's what I want. Name on create on updated. It's not an on create and it's not an on updated. I think that's what it's saying. I don't know if I'm going to write these docs right now. It just seems kind of stupid now that I found the TypeScript. But this would be media dot date time. The field name is date taken, I believe. And I could make like these things configurable if you wanted to change them, but not yet. These might be like update on created or set on created, set on update. I don't want to do either of them. Get out of here, builder. Let's go back to collection. just keep making the fields, right? Yeah. This is very cool. This is like Connect style. Connects or Nex, whatever you want to say. Oh, and you can put them on specific fields like that. I can set the interface for them. I mean, let's just do basic data first, right? Okay, camera make is a string, camera make is a model. Are they just called string or text? What do you call them? Text? No, string. Media dot. Oops. Camera make, camera model. I think this will be integer. ISO. I think this will be float. Exposure. We will kind of double down these things. I mean, double check these things later. String apertures of float. Focal length in 35 millimeter. I don't think that's a float. Is it? It is. Lens make. Lens model, and I don't want to mess with GPS yet because I don't think it's enabled in here, so let's just do these. But let's see string. I can't use it here, that's weird. Because it's just a JavaScript file. String max length. So there's other options around. Oops, jerked the cord. Yeah, jerk the cord. Can you still hear me? You can make it hidden, you can make it read only. I do want to make them all read only. And I can make them specific widths and sizes. So let's look at my other one real quick. Start? Yes. Oh. Can I use a different port? Unknown option port. P? You're killing me. Is this the same docs I'm on over there? Oh, you can create users from the command line? That's cool. And create roles and stuff. Why is there no reference to the options, like config options? That's not it. Directus start with the. So I found these new discussions. Directus discussions. I've been talking in their chat and it's gotten out of control. So I sent them a message and I was like, hey, do you have anything that's like a board instead? Because it's really hard to follow these chats in Discord. It's hard to search for solutions. And they're like, oh, what about GitHub discussions? And apparently they've been using it for a while and there's already some stuff in here. So I'm gonna start using this instead of the chat. The help chat is pretty bad and it's just too much to keep up with. This one I can at least search. It's too hard to search in Discord. I can find, where someone asked a question, but then they could have replied to it a day or two later. I'll have to scroll through all of the content to find it, which is just ridiculous. So, start port. But I don't think huge random. All right, the easy way to do it is, do I even have this problem? There we go. Do I even have this open? 8050. This NFL song. I'm not a fan. And there we go. And in here, oh, it doesn't have my freaking ched dev. My password? Was it just password? It was just password. So this is the demo we've been working on. This is my media library that I've created. And this is what I'm trying to recreate. Ooh, divider. I wonder if they support that. I don't think they do. I wouldn't think they would, but they might. So this is the format I want to make. They're half. So date taken's a half, everything's a half, except for GPS. And everything's read-only. All that work just to get to that. Okay. Did I? No, I didn't. Not hidden. I don't want it hidden, but I do want it halved. Okay. And then this will be media.gps something for the future. Okay, string float. Let's double check and make sure they are float. A precision and a scale, whatever. I don't think I care about those. String and integer. What does integer have? Date, time, did I miss integer? Is it not integers or is it? Oh, there it is. Precision. I think it's fine. Wow, relations and all that stuff. Cool, man. I could set the icon for the meta. Let's do that. If we go back here, yeah, we look at this actually. Icon is image search. But what is the raw value? It is image search. And can we do color? I think that's meta. That'd be nice if it showed the property name there. I'm pretty sure it's item meta color, but it could be icon color. We'll see. media.icon. And color. I'll say white. What, I'll leave that out for now. I don't care about the color really. Oh, so this is how I can set the accountability. Track only activity and revisions. Sort, archive, all that. Wow. But look, I searched for start port and I still didn't find an answer in here. I would expect to say, how do I change the port for whatever in the CLI? And that could be basically just a help doc. Ooh, I want to do a divider. Okay. Do you have a divider? I might have to do that one manually. I don't think they make it. Yeah. So that's cool. We're making a custom one. And what we'll do is we'll just say field and figure out how that thing works. Field schema. Ooh. I might not need anything. Field meta. Date created. So before that, I want to do media.field name type. I think the type would be divider. Name exif divider. Sorry, it's underscore. Or is it? Yeah. This is how I named them. They're, what do you call it, case? Snake case? Is that right? But they actually use underscores for all theirs, so I should probably fix that. I will get there at some point. I want to match them. I don't want to be different. Field. Oh, fuck. I filled my water up, but I didn't bring it back either. All right. Because let's see, they call it type alias. Interesting. And then the interface is a divider. Okay. We're gonna have to learn how to build our own schema from this. Divider exif. I'm calling mine exif divider. And the type is alias. Schema and meta. So I'm not sure what the schema is. Does the meta house the interface stuff? Or maybe there is not. Maybe I don't need those. Let's try it without them first. And then let's see where we did like and these ones up top. Yeah, the meta. Okay, what was the schema? I don't think any of those matter, but I do think we want to pass meta. Yeah. Interface. Okay, so let's do an empty one for the schema, and then for that, let's say interface divider, I'm guessing. They just called it a string, they didn't say what kind. It is read only, but I will have so I think this is the longhand, this meta right here actually is the longhand for stuff like this, read only dot width. But if this creates it a string, like how does this work? It calls the string, it creates a field. How does field know when to make a new field? It just pushes it on, but then if I call like dot read only, where is, oh, it returns a field. Which has these methods. Required, read only, hidden interface. Okay, so let's use these instead. I'm doing it the hard way. Let's not do that. Interface divider. So we'll say dot read only dot interface divider. And the options this is the raw value. I would need to add translations for that somehow. Okay, where am I heading? So the options, I don't know, what do they call it? Name? Oops. No, they call it title. Margin top. Do you think this is just true? Let's see. Raw value, true. Inline title, true. So I think that's it. I don't know how you could make this translatable. Maybe that's what was there? Maybe that's what that one file is doing. Where did I see that? It was in these. Like this. Interface choices, T. Let's try it. But where does that come from? Field name translations, is this where it would come from? I'm guessing. Let's try like T title. Name. So, I'm about to lock this kitty away. And then how do they do translations in here? I thought I saw one somewhere. Oh, there's the template. Maybe it's not in there. Maybe it was in the collection down at the bottom. Translation. Language. Wow, this is so easy. It's so nice. It just needs like some documentation for the even dumber user, but that might not be needed until, I mean, you have to be a developer to kind of get this stuff set up right now. Okay, translation, language, translation, singular, plural. Wow. This would happen. Dot translation. en-us, I think. Title. Singular. And plural is the same. I wonder if plural is required or not. Let's see. No, those are not required. And I think that's how it works. There's no translation in here. Was there in the store one? Yeah, here they are. Yep, that looks right. Cool. So now I know how translations work. I didn't understand it before, but basically you create these translations in here. So I can say like, okay, for en-us, the translation is title. Is that right? Maybe not. Maybe I don't know how translations work. Because what if I use that whole string that I had? Yeah, I thought I was doing something else. Okay. So I just think that this should be, instead of title, we drop that off. And it would just be this. But let's see, if I put that in here and I save it, can I see that raw value? Maybe that's how it comes through? Yeah. Okay, so instead of T name, maybe it should be this. try it. And let's see. Was that it? We have that. We also had this divider. Let's just duplicate. This has a little bit of different settings. There's no margin top and no inline title, and there's no text. That was just kind of like to fill a gap. And this should be not on the, oh yeah, it should be on the field. There's no need for a translation. That goes right after. Date taken, it goes, I do want a half width on it too. Read only, half width, and the interface is a divider. There's no name, there's no margin top, but it is, oh, it's not even inline title, so it's just straight up flat divider. Okay, I think we're ready to run it. Let's try it. Create a new one. It worked. And now let's look in our other one. We got signed out, which is annoying because I don't easily have the password available. Where was it? I mean, it's in here, but is it in the README? Admin example. No, it was in the Docker compose. There it is. Because that doesn't match what they put in the docs. There's the new media one. It's got our icon. Click on it and we'll see the top fields. Oh, it didn't do my dividers. And it doesn't look like it's picking up the names correctly. Let's see. Is it timestamp? That didn't come out right, so that's the date. I need to fix that one. This should be a string. And this doesn't have, like, see how it's not, when I hover, it's not doing the correct field type? I wonder why that is. Camera make is a string, 255, allow null. Disable editing, that's fine. There is no interface for it. The interface should be, actually, I guess I want the display to be a generic formatted value. Let's try entering something. Well, we can't because we have to upload an image. Okay, so there needs to be an image field as well. Okay, let's add the image fields and I'll delete that in a second, but I saw they had that down here. Image. Maybe those are the things that need to be required. Standard fields, custom fields. Oh yeah, I did wonder, oh no, the divider didn't work. alias. What do they call it? I can't do like a dynamic, or I mean, whatever. I mean, whatever. Like, you know, whatever. Oh, is that why it doesn't have it? Because input, display name. Formatted value. Yeah, there we go. It's because I didn't do display types. Date time. Date taken should be a date time. Divider is, oh, it's a capital D. I think alias is, no, it's probably not fine, because if it was fine, it would have it there. Okay, divider. Interface. This is not the one I wanted on. I want it on this one. What kind of options does that? Oh no, I also need the image. Type UUID. Media.image. Is that what it is? Image or upload? What do they say? Yeah, image, and they call that avatar. I'm calling it image. I'm being generic. And I actually want this to show up before the divider. So this is gonna have an interface. Well, maybe they do that automatically for me in the image. Yeah, see, they do the interface. See, that's weird. It says file-image. I'm gonna need to look up those names. Display as an image. Leave that one. Date time display as.
Hydrate level 4, please.
Hello, Jarrell. Oh, hi, Mickey UK. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me go get my drink. I forgot it. My lips are burning too. This air is so dry. Jurale, my day was good. I got outside and ate lunch because it was delicious and nice out. It was 70 degrees almost today. Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice this weekend. Planning to go skate. Oh, this should be input. Let me just try this real quick. doesn't exist. What? Table.fieldType is not a function. So, Wannabum is busted. This alias is probably busted. Let's bring those back down. Yeah. How was your day, Jarrell? What did you do today? What kind of a day was it? Was it a good day? This is my latest one. Date time, date time. Image. And this one should be required. Maybe not yet. Went to the supermarket yesterday. Hey, what a good day. Bought a cheeseburger. Why doesn't this work? This Alien Vibe songs? What do you think about that? Because that one worked. That set it to input, right? No, did not work. Timestamp. Yeah, this logout is so quick. Shed dev. It's 15 minutes of inactivity. So ID is an integer for my other one, and that's why it looks different. I'll probably let them check that, pick what they want later. Title's a string. Image is a UUID. Is it different on here? I need to move this over because it's confusing me. No, that's right. The only thing there is it's not required, which is okay, whatever. A Royale with cheese? Is that what you got? The Royale with cheese? Date taken should be, capital D, lowercase t. Or do they call it? Yeah, it says alias, capital. Date time. I'm guessing that whatever the code under the hood doesn't support a divider or alias types maybe. Okay, the date time should be lowercase. How do I match the frickin' case? That didn't work either. Okay, date, time. Camera make is input. Let's copy these. Of course I like cheeseburgers. I'm human, aren't I? Yes, cheeseburgers are delicious. I had a good one recently. I was in Austin, Texas, and I ate one at a dive bar, and it was bomb. Camera make, camera model. These are all inputs, right? Yep. Except for the first one, date time. Okay. Was there any other changes I wanted to make before I sent it up? Because this should be lowercase. Interface should be divider. Oh no. Yeah. think that's right. Let's do another one. And another one, another one, another one.
Another one, and another one, and another one, and another one.
Okay. There's our new one. Image. None of these are showing up with the correct interface. Still, am I looking at the wrong one? Are these going in the right order? Yeah, some of them have it. Like exposure has it. Let me delete them because I'm getting confused. Okay, now let's create a new one. Are you serious? Okay, let me change some shit real quick. So, I want to kill this. And I want to set it back to what it was. In this one, this should be 8055, which is the default. And then in this one, I'm going to change the Docker to compose to use 50. Okay. The reason is because 855 is my standard one. I already have it saved in there. So now this, well, let me turn it down. And then, do I need a DCB again? Can I just do DCU? Ah, it is loading PostGIS in there, so it will have the GPS support. And there it is. 55? That's not right. This is schema-builder-kit, right? Did you hear that? DCD. These are shortcuts for Docker compose up, down, and build. DCB. So I guess there isn't anything I need to do in there. Maybe I want to do this one. I know this is the right one because it's running Redis. I mean, I guess I don't have it. I don't even have another Docker for it, right? So why is it still running on 855? Did I not change it? I didn't change it. I think I changed this to let the ports go through, but I did not change my port for env. Does it load a .env? Am I missing something? No, that's a different project. Is it in here somewhere? Directus networks. Oh, here it is, environment. Port. There we go. Right? Or should it be a quote? Maybe it should be in quotes because this DV port is in quotes, so. There we go. There we go, 8050. So now when I open this, okay, here it doesn't have my name memorized. But I can save it on a different port because that's how we be living. Should I update this one? Actually, I don't know if there's more stuff I would need to do to make that happen. So that's the user, and this is the password. Sign in, save it. Okay, no collections. Why is there no collections? Oh, because I composed down and up again, and I didn't run my blog one, so that's why. Okay. Oh, Docker. But then I do want to open this in another folder because I am running my commands in here. Create, and this should actually be running from the templates folder. Did I console log something? Connection refused. Yeah, that makes sense. I need to update my env here to, instead of using this localhost 855, I'm going to use 850. And I'll need to restart. No, I just need to rerun it. There we go. Okay. And so now on my other one, I can run localhost this one. I need to start that server though, because this one will now run on 8055, which is the default. Exif attacher, is this? Oh, loaded extensions. There we go. So I got, why doesn't it show the date times? Timestamp. Date time. Date updated date time. Why isn't it showing any of those? Input not found. So maybe they should be lowercase. Same for date time. This might be date dash time. And this should definitely be divider. I'm just wondering if like alias is not right, or alias doesn't work correctly. delete, and let's create a new one. Okay, date, time, input, 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 input. All right. No dividers though, still. Let me see, let's look at the code real quick and see. Field. I mean, what are the other alias types? If I wanted to create a field. Presentation and aliases. Do I have view tools installed? I don't. Do I need to restart my browser to install view tools? I think I do. Okay, let me look in their code real quick. Field interface. It just sets these values, but I feel like it wouldn't crash if it didn't know. So they're just basically creating these meta. I think I can look in the database to see how it's done. But is there a way I can do that in here? See how it says alias and then it has divider on the right there? I mean, that should be the name. This one's running in my Postgres locally, right? Is it /t for tables? Oops. How do I? DT? Yeah. And then somewhere in here, fields, maybe? That looks terrible. It's not really helping either, huh? It's way too big. Let's do full screen for a second. Fortunes. I want to see where media library, I think. Yes, yes. So there's media library. Title, level, sort, user created, completed. No, wait, what? Media library title. How is that the only one in there? What is this first one? Where collection? How do I write SQL? From where? Select from where? Yes. Collection is not a real field, that's what you're telling me? Maybe single quotes? Ah, shoot. There we go. Date taken. Oh, use 24 false. It's up to them. Alias comma no data. Presentation divider. This is kind of nice. I can just basically copy that. Is this too fun? So, I think it should be that, and then I think it should be presentation divider. Let's save that and let's run it. And let me delete the old one again. Who thought we'd get into SQL today? Who thought? Invalid payload. Doesn't exist. That's weird. Field type is not a function. Okay, so I'm thinking the alias comma no data is not working. Display options. Display. Divider XF. That's the name. That's the field special. Okay, field special interface. Maybe alias was okay, but no data is not. Should be two dividers. There's the first one. And this is going to be title and inline title. Is that what I wrote them as? Or is that? Interesting. I think this is failing. Let's look at fields. Did this have like alias and stuff on it or no? know. But that's what it said, alias no data. Oh, these should be good. Min zeros, input. I guess I don't really need those because you're not going to put them in manually. Alias no data. Margin top, false. Maybe the default is the other way around. Is to have it on? I don't know. Unless it's not like, I don't know, some kind of, whatever. Interface, where's the other divider? Let's take that out. Maybe it's not alias, maybe it's just no data? Schema. Still no divider. You think no data is a thing? Nope. It's choking on message table dot field type is not a function. I think we're gonna have to look in the Directus code for this. Start here. And we'll just go to Directus. And let's search in here for presentation divider. See if we can get any hints. Type. Type is alias. Types alias. Maybe it should be an array of alias and no data. And that's why it's spitting it out like that to us. Interesting, they're building them from YAMLs, huh? type alias style divider. And type alias. Wonder what version Directus this is running. Not this. Where do you think that would be? In the Docker Compose? Oh, I want some snacks. Let me take a break and we'll get some snacks. BRB. Hello? Okay. I snacked a little bit. Is there food? No, we're okay. Let's try doing this as alias, comma, no data. See if that works. Or if it throws some errors. Nope. I think it only worked when it was alias, right? I don't know, man. Special. So I was trying to figure out what version of Directus we're running. Oh, Directus latest image. How do I see? I mean, that's kind of an obscure thing. Like, it just doesn't support it. Maybe we'll have to skip it for now. Because otherwise it works. Presentation divider is divider. Divider. Maybe it shouldn't be alias, maybe it should be divider? No, that's a word. Because like this one, panels metric. They're referring to the field type. Field style, type alias, meta is the interfaces of presentation. Special. Ah. Maybe that's what's missing. Is that where it goes? That was the field metadata, not the interface metadata. So I think that's... I thought it was this, field meta, special, field special. There is no data in there. It's because this is out of date, but... Or I mean, this is not supporting the full thing, I think. So this should go right there. Do you hear dishes in the background of this song? Right? That's what it sounds like to me. I used to have that song thumbs up, now I'm thumbs downing it. Feeling good about this one. Is there any in here right now? No. It's got dividers. Read only. I don't really need to make that one read only. But look, it worked. Oh shit, I need them both the same thing. That's not gonna work. Well, maybe it will, but I shouldn't be doing that. Oh my goodness. Let's drop the read only on here and here. Okay, I think that's it. Let's look at it. Some of them are not working. Oh, is this supposed to be half? And it's not with half? This one's not with half, but this one is. Oh no, there it is. I did call it with half. So what's wrong with this one? Oh, maybe it was Zell this whole time. It's a bummer. Did the choose a date time? I think is it not getting it because of this, maybe? It doesn't overwrite it or something? Yeah. Field meta width, half. And this would, I mean, to add support for dividers, I could make a PR for them. That'll be tight. Hopefully they'll be stoked on that. And not be like, oh man, I didn't know anyone was using this. I'm gonna take it down now. Delete collection. She is. I think she blows. No, it's still messed up. What's wrong with that? What's after date taken? Oh, it's because they don't have GPS on there? I don't see why this still wouldn't collapse right here. Did the title work? It did work. Very cool. So, did you hear that email? But it should work. So if I pick an image, I don't have any in here. Choose file from library. Yeah. Do I have an image I can pick? Oh, I did these ones. Okay, so it does that. And then if oh, I don't have my hook in here. Never mind. But I would need to have my hook. And then it would fill these for me. But why is this messed up? Half right. Is there... Does this one need to be a half right? I believe show. This should be a half right. Just because it's on the right. Delete it, try it again. Gonna run flash. Still? This should be a half left. Because these are all just halves and they're stacking fine. I'm wondering if it's just because the GPS is not there. Let's try the GPS too. So GPS, it's actually geometry point. And there's no options for it, huh? Okay. The name is GPS. Let's just call it a half. They're all called halves right now. Keep going there, the wrong one. Well, there's the GPS. I need to submit a bug for this. The auto title naming. Can't figure out this thing. Let's look at back in my database. So this is handy if I would create it in a Directus database manually, and then you can query the fields table and you can basically see the exact config you need. Like for example, like this. But they're defaulting it there. And I added a translation for GPS. half. See, everything's just called a half in here. Where are some fulls? Title is a full. I think this is the whole interior here. Lens makes a half. Date taken's a half. What's my divider? EXIF is full. And my other divider is a half. Alias, no data, margin top, false. What did this one have? A title and inline title. I don't see why it would come out different. Looks like it should be the same. But it doesn't look like they're actually rendering the same. Let me see how it looks in here. See how it's just like there? They did call it a half right. And then some of these other ones were like calling half rights too, but I feel like they determined that. I didn't, because in the database they're all halves. Right? They're all half. This is not. No, maybe that's not right. I don't know. Anyway, it's not showing up correctly. Oh, no, this one's full. That's the default. With half. It is working well, actually. It doesn't have support for dividers, which I've been kind of mainly figuring out right now. But it's, and once you get the setup's a little, interesting, but once you get it going, it's actually really easy to use. There's not really documentation, so I've been using the source code to just kind of figure out what I need to do. And it's working okay. Just the divider thing is what threw me off. And right now I'm having a weird issue with the way it's displaying the halves, but I don't think it's anything to do with the kit. I think it's something that I am doing, or I don't know. I'd be curious to run the SQL command in this new database and see how it's coming out, see if anything looks weird. But otherwise, I am using it to generate this schema right here in Directus that we are looking at. Create item, and then I would pick an image, and then I've got all these fields that I added on here. I do think they could officially support it. It was just written as a proof of concept, it seems, from Alejandro. And I believe, I don't know, I wonder if he works with the team or not. Maybe not. But it could, I think it could be integrated in. It would be it's a really nice little toolkit, to be honest. So hopefully it's very Connects-like, It just needs some documentation. And all it really does under the hood is it takes all of this and converts it to like a JSON well, you know, just an object, something similar to this. This is saying, you know, it creates a field that says style divider, alias, the interface type, the options for it, and this is the meta. So it does a lot of this stuff for you, which is cool. I don't understand translations exactly, like how they're getting in there, but and they don't really talk about how you could generate a schema like this, you know? But it is possible. I wonder what they do. This is... yeah. So it's cool. I think I'm done for the night. Getting tired. Oh, I didn't restart it when I came back. That's okay. The schema snapshot.yaml is not JSON. Is it the same structure though? Yeah, so YAML will convert it down to JSON for you, or it can be converted to JSON, which is probably what they're doing under the hood. But I did see a bunch of YAMLs when I searched for things in here, like all the YAMLs for their different my types, basically. So yeah, it would be cool if they could read from YAML as well and then generate it for you. But the JavaScript's not so bad. I mean, I feel like I'm just kind of writing a migration for the command. One thing though is, it would be nice if they would support it in the connects commands. Now that would be really cool. Because then I could just write a migration that would generate it for me. Right now, to get this to work in my app, I would need to copy over this dist. I did a little example of it earlier. Yeah, I copied it over to here. And then you add it to your dependencies. You can name it, I just named it schema-builder-kit. And then I point to the local one, because it's not an NPM either, NPM package. And then you can add a command that basically runs the code, which is this right here. I can delete all this other stuff. And it just runs this file. So this runs in Node. I want to hook it up to a CLI later though. You're worried that this would suddenly stop being supported? Yeah, it could be, but it wouldn't matter because this, once you run this script, it's made the changes to your database and that's it. It's not like this, you don't keep running this script over and over. One thing that could break is if you would have to update this script or whatever. This script might not work if they update to a new version, but right now, people are kind of forced to use this through an NPM script. So it's not like it's going to be triggered by the user in the app. If you ran it inside of your module or something, that could be a problem, but you'd have to just, you know, warn users don't upgrade major versions and you'll be fine. Yeah, this would be very useful to do that, generate dozens, seeding your database and all that. Or if you even want to spin up a new one. Like I have a friend who's working on a project right now where they want to have like multi-tenancy, you could, you know, build out your models here in this way and spin up a new, like create a new tenant, and then it automatically launches a blog and their thing or whatever and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of cool things you can do. I do think they can turn this into a very useful tool. I'm glad that someone wrote the proof of concept out of the gate, but something like that will be a huge benefit for Directus in the future. So I do think they'll get there. They're slammed right now, I'm assuming so. And that's it. So that's that. And that's all I have to say about that. We'll say task and task start 6. We didn't get to task edit 6 ending. We didn't get to the final thing of attach EXIF to a collection. That's basically the same thing here. It's just gonna attach it to an existing collection. So instead of doing all this stuff up front, we're just gonna add it to an existing collection. But I wonder if it is supported for that. I didn't think about that. But that'll be a little bit more of an issue. So, and then we also want to integrate this into our extension. That could be an interesting thing because this is not up in. Actually, I can point to just direct. All right. No, it builds the dist here. What is the license of this? MIT, I assume? Yeah. The Seed Squad. Okay, so I could just include this in my project for now and get it running. Include a copy of the license or credit the author, you know? It could work, it could work. A little hacky for sure, but I would find it useful because it's something I need right now and I don't know how else to do it. Okay. We'll go out on this song. Oh, I forgot to clear my message too. What an amateur. Is there anyone streaming still? CM Griffin still? He's all chilling. Let's look at the science and tech, or not science and tech. That's old school. Software and game development channel. Strager. Coding Go. There I am. Leak code grind. Building a travel app in React Native. Is that English? Building Twitch tools bots. Text to speech. Oh, they got some doggies on there. They got a Ukrainian flag up. Isn't that nice? Evan.pro. Sounds familiar. ADHD? OCD? Let's raid them. Where do I do that? Thanks for tuning in, Ross. Hopefully I'll see you next time. I'll be back with more of this, for sure. This channel is intended for mature audiences, but so is mine. I mean, I cuss. I'm hoping that's it. I'm pretty sure that's all that's it. But let's go over there, see what they're working on, and hopefully they're not a terrible person.
Oh shit. Maybe this huge ball of dog hair on the vent has something to do with it.
Sounds funny to me. All right, let's go.
That might help.